Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and welcome to Miss Mills Math Time. The whole point of this video is to help you out with solutions by substitutions notes. These notes are interactive, so you have to watch the video to get answers and in-depth explanations and fun stuff like that. Once you finish it, you're going to turn it in, and then I will grade it as a homework grade, and we will be good to go. So basically what's happening here is we talked about what a solution, or we talked about what a systems of equations is. Systems of equations is basically, for example, if you have a herd of buffalo that's multiple buffaloes, well, systems of equations is just a set of multiple equations, two or more. So that's what a system is. And if you remember, a solution is where those equations, the ordered pair that makes both of those equations true. So we practiced in IXL where they gave us an ordered pair and we had to figure out if it was a solution. And then we practiced in IXL where we had to find the solution by graphing. Well, there's also another way to find a solution. And I know a lot of students who prefer doing this. I actually prefer doing this as well to solve for a solution, and that is by substitution. You don't have to graph anything. You just have to use what you know about how to solve equations to find your x and y value. And let's do an example. So the video is going to go here. The video is going to go on that past slide, and here's the steps to solving. First you're going to solve one of the equations for y equals if necessary. So if you have two equations and neither of them have y isolated, you have to fix it in order to get y by itself first. We have done examples on that, so if you have to do it, you have to do that first. Once you have y by itself, you're going to substitute the value for y into the second equation. And then, once you do that, you can solve for x. Once you have your x value, you can substitute that x value directly into either of the original equations and solve for y. Once you solve for y, you have your x and y value, you have your ordered pair, and you can check your answer and you'll be good to go. I have 3 examples here. Let's go ahead and do them. First one right here, I have an example with y by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this value into the second equation and solve. So let's do the example real quick. Where did my pencil go? Right here. All right, so again, in this case, I already have y is equal to this. So what I can do, since y is equal to 3x, I can go ahead and substitute this 3x into y on the second equation and solve. So let me go ahead and do that. X plus, I'm going to plug in my 3x because 3x is equal to y into this equation. And that's going to be equal to negative 32. Now I can solve for x. So 1 plus 3, these are like terms. Actually, I'm going to do the balance beam first. These are like terms, so I'm going to combine them. 1 plus 3 is going to give me 4x, and that's going to be equal to negative 32. Okay? Now, to get x by itself, I need to do the opposite of 4 is getting multiplied by x, so I need to divide it by 4. Whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do on the other side as well. These cancel out, they're opposites. I'll bring down this x value. Negative 32 divided by 4 is going to give me a negative 8. So my x value in my ordered pairs is negative 8. So now that I have my x value, I can substitute that into either one of these equations and solve for y. I just have to do what I think is the easiest one. For me, the easiest one is going to be this one right here. So I'm going to plug this negative 8 into here. And then I can solve. So 3 times negative 8 is going to give me y equals negative 24. So the y value is negative 24. And ta-da, I have my ordered pairs. Now if I wanted to check it, what I can do is I can substitute these values into either one of these equations to figure out if it is true, or both of them. So first let me substitute this x and y value into this one, make sure it works. My y value is negative 24. My x value is negative 8. As we remembered from down here, 3 times negative 8 is equal to negative 24. Negative 24 is equal to negative 24, so it works. This is the solution. So that's the answer to the first problem. Oh wait, no, I gotta plug it into the second one now. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna plug this into the second equation. My x value is -8. My y value is -24. -24 minus 8 is -32. -32 is equal to -32, so it works. It works for both of them. So this ordered pair right here is a solution to these problems, and I figured it out by just simply substituting my known values into the equations and solving. Yep. So my ordered pair here is -8 and -24. Now let's look at our second equation. We have y equals 9x minus 2, and then we have y equals 3x plus 10. All right, so in this particular problem, both of these, I want to make it bigger so y'all can see it. Both of these are y equal, so it doesn't matter which one I substitute into the either equation. You're going to get the same answer regardless. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this into here and go ahead and solve. So my y value, again, is 9x minus 2. So I'll go ahead and write that out. That's my y value. I substituted it into here. And then I can write out the rest of the equation. And I can go ahead and solve it. So guys, if you remember from a long time ago, you're going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. So let's go ahead and do it. First step is you got to figure out which x value is bigger, or which variable is bigger. What's bigger, 9 or 3? 9's bigger. So this is going to be my variable side. This is going to be my constant side. So what that means is I'm going to move all of my variables over here. I'm going to move all my constants over here, and I can go ahead and solve. So to move a positive 3x, I have to do the opposite, which is a negative 3x. So I'm going to subtract 3. And whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. 9 minus 3, 6x minus 2. These canceled out. I'll bring down this 10. Now I'm going to move my constants over here. To move a negative 2, I got to do the opposite, which is positive 2. And whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. These cancel out. They're opposites. I'll bring down this 6x though. 10 plus 2 is going to give me 12. Now my last step is to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Because 6 is getting multiplied by x, I have to do the opposite, which is division. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. And x is going to be equal to 2. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So in my ordered pair, my x value is 2. Now I need to find my y value. So to do it, I'm going to substitute this x value into either one of these equations, whatever I think is easier, and go ahead and solve. So I'm going to substitute into this bottom one because I personally think it would be easier. My x value is 2 plus 10. 3 times 2 is going to give me 6. 6 plus 10 is going to give me 16. And therefore, y value is 16. That is my ordered pair. And if I wanted to check it, I would plug that into both equations to make sure it works out. If it doesn't work out, you probably need to go back and look at it again. Just going ahead and tell you that. So my system, or my solution to that system, is going to be 2 and 16. And the very last example, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to write down both equations. And I'm going to substitute values in and solve. So here are my two equations. In this case, I already have a y by itself, so I can go ahead and solve it. But here's the dealio again. Guys, if y'all have two equations that look like this, you would have to solve it in order to get y by itself before you can do anything. But in this case, we'll practice that when y'all come back to school too, for my third period anyway. My other periods, we'll practice it a little bit later. But in this particular case, I'm going to substitute my y value. My y value is negative x plus 4 into this equation right here where x is. So let's go ahead and do that. 5x plus 6, substituting this in, is equal to 13. Now I can solve. So if y'all remember, first step to solving multi-step equations is distribute first if you can, combine like terms if you can, and then you can solve your two-step equation. Okay. So I can distribute first, so I need to do that first. Remember, to distribute, you got to take this outside number, you're going to multiply it by everything on the inside. I'm going to bring down this 5x plus, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Remember, when you have an x by itself, you need to automatically assume there's 1 in front of it. 6 times negative 1 is going to give me a negative 6x. 6 times 4 is going to give me a plus 24, and that's going to be equal to 13. So I distributed first, now I can combine like terms. 5x and negative 6x are like terms, so I need to combine them. 5 minus 6 is going to give me negative 1x. I'll bring down this plus 24, and I'll bring everything else down as well. Now I can solve my two-step equation. I need to get rid of my constant first because I'm trying to get x by itself. So to get my constant, get rid of it, I need to do the opposite of plus 24, so I'm going to subtract 24. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. These cancel out, they're opposites, and I'm going to bring down this negative 1x. 13 minus 24 is going to give me negative 11. And then I'm going to get x by itself by dividing both sides by negative 1. So x is equal to 11. Alright, so my ordered pair is going to start off with 11. So now I need to find my y value. So I'm going to substitute my x value into one of these equations to go ahead and solve for y. And I'm going to choose the one that is going to be the easiest. And I personally think this first equation would be the easiest one. So I'll substitute my x value in to that first equation, and I can go ahead and solve. So negative 11 plus 4, negative 11 plus 4 is going to give me negative 7. It's going to give me negative 7. So therefore, my y value is negative 7, and I have found my ordered pair. And if I wanted to check that, I would plug that into both equations, just like I did on IXL AA1, to go ahead and make sure that it works out. But I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to say my solution is 11 and negative 7. Alrighty. Guys, if y'all have any questions about this, let me know. Since we're doing the notes online, we're going to practice this skill when you get back to school on Monday. I'll see y'all later. Let me know if y'all have any questions, and bye.